What's up, everyone? I'm GKB from Gamers Knows Best, and today we have some interesting news to talk about. You'll be able to play your PS4 games on PSNow via PC and or PS4. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, very recently, we have seen Sony state that they are dropping PSNow support for the Vita and the PS3. Now, we talked about this on the console corner for quite a bit, and we came to the conclusion that probably due to analytics and all that kind of stuff that Sony has, it probably didn't make good business sense for them to continue on those two platforms anymore. I mean, let's be honest here. If you're on a PS3 currently and you haven't made a switch over to PS4, you already have a bunch of PS3 games, so there's no reason for you to buy into PS Now. Vita makes more sense though, because you're taking your Vita on the go. You could play PlayStation 3 games on that and all that kind of stuff, and that would be kind of cool. So it's kind of interesting that they're not going to have that still supported, but with everything that's kind of related to Vita, they're kind of not supporting it that much. So not a big surprise there. But today, Sony dropped some more news stating that PS4 games are going to be going into PlayStation Now. Now, they stated in a couple of weeks they're going to be beta testing PS4 games on there. And to me personally, I think they're going to be throwing PlayStation exclusives, first-party games in there right now to beta test, because they don't have to worry about third-party licensing, anybody get in the way. They have full control over those games, and that just makes sense for them to go ahead and throw those in there. I mean, we see that with, the Game Pass and all that kind of stuff with Xbox and stuff. They're throwing in first-party stuff, right away that's on the Xbox One. It's not a big deal. I think that offers really good value for PlayStation Now going forward. I mean, if you think about it, the service as it is like $20 a month. You have all PlayStation 3 games. For me personally, I don't think that's a very good value. Like what you see with back compat, if you already have a big library and stuff, you don't have to go out and buy any other games. If you do want to, they're there for you. You can pick them up used and whatever, and go ahead and play them. Whereas, with PlayStation Now, it's, a whole bunch of games that you have to pay a subscription base for, which I still think is pretty high comparatively to what Game Pass is going to be doing priced at about $10. Like I said, I think moving PlayStation 4 games into the service is going to add a lot of value to customers on the PC, as well as PS4 fans. Like, these are services with the Game Pass and stuff they're not for me personally, or maybe not even a gamer like myself that goes ahead and buys everything like day one. But for new customers coming into PlayStation and even Xbox at this point, getting these services at a good price point with a lot of games is really like a big deal. You don't have to go spend $60 on a whole bunch of games, and that's just gonna rack up really, really fast. Where you can just pay $20 or $10, get into those ecosystem, play a bunch of great games, and have a great time. So I definitely think these services are going to start taking off here in the near future when these things start happening. But like back compat and, the Game Pass on Xbox and stuff, it's really not for me. I think back compat is a great feature for the Xbox One for people that really care about it. For me, though, I just have so many games to play. Like, it's really just an unused feature for me. I don't find myself really going back and playing any of the 360 games anymore. There's just so much new stuff to play. There's a couple other points that I want to make for PlayStation Now. It is a streaming service, and when you do some research on it, there's a lot of complaints as far as, input lag, latency, and I still think price point's still a big issue for it too. If they can definitely move down the price point, I think it would definitely help, especially adding the PS4 games. But the lag and latency, if you're playing like single player games, I don't really see it being a big issue. Because you're just playing the story, you can kind of get used to the controls and all that kind of stuff, and not really have much of an issue. Where I find an issue with lag and input latency is where you're playing like multiplayer games or even like co-op games with friends and stuff. If they're playing natively on the PS4, they're gonna have a little bit of a better feel for the game than you will. Maybe you're trying to do stuff, take another team down, and you're just not up to snuff because of that latency. And if you're out there just playing like multiplayer games and you're just getting wrecked because you can't keep up and shoot just as fast as everybody else, you're kind of going to get killed. Hopefully, with the new focus that Sony is putting into PlayStation Now, they'll get all that latency and stuff fixed. They're going to add the PS4 games. I think it's going to add a lot of value to customers and subscribers. Same with Game Pass as well. If you're a subscriber to that or potentially want to be a subscriber to this, I think where they're heading is going to be really good for you in the future. You're going to be able to get a lot of really cool games at a cheap price. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button, and if you didn't, go ahead and hit that dislike button. Let us know what you think in the comments below about the topic. Do you think PlayStation Now adding PS4 games in there is a good thing? Do you think it adds value? Do you think you're not going to have exclusives anymore on your PS4 because of it? Let us know. We read all the comments and we give feedback and talk as well. So please share and subscribe. It would really help out us and the channel. I'm GKB from Gamers Knows Best. I will see you in the next one. And as always, take care of your fellow gamers.